A lot of unique circumstances have happened as a result of the pandemic, but here's one situation that seems a little suspect and in need of some insight from Dear Snarky in the Suburbs.
Wow, I don't know what's in the water or like in the holiday mojo with everything going on, but I'm getting a lot of letters from sisters about their sisters and a whole bunch of sister drama going on. This one is no exception, so here goes. Dear Snarky, I have a sister and brother-in-law who are taking extreme advantage of my mom and dad. Back in April, they moved into my parents' house briefly with their 3 kids. Their reasoning for moving in with them is that they didn't want my parents to be alone during the pandemic. They told my parents they would leave at the end of May once, quote, things opened up. Well. Now it's 9 months later, and my parents have become babysitters, homeschool teachers, housekeepers, the supplier of all the groceries, and of course they're providing them a place to live rent-free. The kick in the butt is that my sister and her husband own a home and are now renting it out. My parents are over it and exhausted, and my mom has asked me for help. As the oldest sibling and an accountant, she wants me to tell my sister and her family that they need to move out in 60 days, no matter what. I really want this to happen because my parents are worn out, but I'm a little scared about how my sister is going to receive what is basically an eviction notice from me. How do you think the best way to proceed is? Signed, apprehensive. Here is my advice. I think the best way to proceed is for you to tell your parents that it's time for them to pull on their mom and dad panties and do their job. You do not need to be the person that does their dirty work. I'm no soothsayer, no fortune teller, but if you do this to your sister, here's how it's going to play out. You're going to tell your sister that she needs to vacate your parents' premises in 60 days. Your sister is going to have a fit because I'm guessing she's spoiled and manipulative. Then she's going to run to your mom, boo-hooing, and tell your mom what you said, and your mom's going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be the bad guy, so I'm just going to say, no, we didn't mean it, and she's just going to throw you under the bus. Don't fall for it. Because your parents need to start parenting, even if your sister is an adult. Because as long as they don't stand up to her, she will continue to use and abuse their generosity. This is why your parents have to be the one to do it. Now, the thing is, and there's precedent for this. Your parents could have said, no, don't move in. Your parents could have said, yeah, move in for 3 months, then you need to leave. Your parents could have also said, we need to work out how you're going to pay for things once you move into our home. They also could have said no to homeschooling, babysitting, and doing all the housework. But they didn't. And you being the bad guy, it's not going to work. Your sister will totally manipulate the situation. I suggest telling your parents, look, I will be there with you when you tell them. I will help facilitate this, but I'm not going to be the one to say those words. They need to hear it from mom and dad, not big sister.
Man, some of these stories you just cannot make up. If you need some 21st century advice with an attitude, message Dear Snarky in the Suburbs on Facebook. Joe?